This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we bring you the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, along with our co-host, Shelley Brown, and we've been selling homes here in Southern Nevada since 1988. Shelley and I are also very proud to be part of the Real Estate Radio Network. That is a national network of local real estate professionals delivering timely, balanced truths about local market conditions. And with us in studio, we have Kari Phillips, and she's been a mortgage loan officer for 18 years. So I wanted to talk to you today about this new contract because... And I mentioned this in the open, guys. There's a new contract that the GLVAR has come up with. This is the contract that all of us who are members of the board use. And Shelley and I have been debating about this for the last couple of weeks as we've just seen it, and we've gone through it with our team to review and update our procedures and policies. But the changes are pretty dramatic. You're talking about having buyers with deadlines, basically.
For their loans.
For their loans and for the appraisal. So how are you guys reacting to this new contract?
Well, what we're doing is, so on the contract, let's explain what the two biggie changes for us were that the appraisal contingency is on there, and
the loan contingency.
And the loan contingency.
Right.
Basically, it gives a timeline where the old contract, a client could have earnest money, and at the end of the transaction, the lender declines the borrower, and the borrower ends up getting their earnest money back to them because on the contract it says that the borrower can get out of the contract because there is
the
they
financing
have to get
contingency
financing.
never went away. It never went away throughout the contract and the
Right.
contract. It never went away.
So basically, the buyer's earnest money was never at risk
based on financing.
Right.
It's important to understand, like when it comes to an appraisal, you made comment about getting the escrow fees or whatever. There's certain things you need to do before you can pull appraisal. Are those things you need to do because that's the rules? Is that what Fannie, Freddie, and FHA are telling you have to wait until you do this, or is that an internal thing?
It's a RESPA rule. Basically, you have to have clients. A mortgage lender must produce loan disclosures within 3 business days of receipt of that contract.
And they're not allowed to pull an appraisal until they do that?
No, the borrower has to sign or open up or acknowledge an intent to proceed because what we're doing is we're charging the borrower a cost.
Right.
And you can't charge the borrower a cost without a certain disclosure signed and acknowledged.
Do people typically lie? Borrowers lie on the pre-qual, and that's why it doesn't match the pre-approval?
I don't find that the clients lie. It is in my belief, it is the loan officer's job to have enough questions where it digs to the real root of the truth. So, because the borrowers they don't know how to lie in a pre-qual. What they're doing is they're just asking what they think is the actual. It's a loan officer's job and duty, to just know how to qualify somebody. I mean, it seems like it would be that easy, but there are some loan officers that don't ask those digging questions.
Now, the way the contract's written, you really need to know going into the deal, you can do the deal because now you don't have that loose protection of the contract to say at any point in the contract you can back out based on financing. It's no longer going to be there. I'm going to read it to you. If this residential purchase agreement is not canceled in writing on or before the appraisal deadline, buyer shall be deemed to have waived the appraisal contingency. So you not only have to have the appraisal done, but it has to have come in at value. It has to have no conditions, and if it didn't come in at value or it has conditions, those need to be negotiated before the end of the appraisal contingency deadline. Otherwise, you're moving ahead and you're just not going to be able to cancel based on appraisal.
It's additional risk.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now with hosts Harvey Blankfeld and Shelley Brown. Please tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.